stand or sit?
Up to you.
Okay, I'm ready. You guys ready too? Yes. Ben, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. Is the YouTube live? Are we live on YouTube?
Live on YouTube.
Yeah, starting.
It's going.
It's going.
You're live.
Hey YouTube! Hello guys from us on YouTube, live from Dubai. So welcome everybody, and really thank you for being here today. We were not planning to come into Dubai, so we really booked our ticket last minute, and we arranged these workshops super last minute. My assistant was amazing finding this beautiful place, and so thank you all of you for coming. I haven't prepared something scripted today because I wanted to make it very practical and very tailored to you. So please ask a lot of questions. There are not stupid questions, just stupid people who ask questions. Okay? So, this is basically, it's almost like a coaching session 101, so the more we can use your examples and your businesses, the better it is. I have some stuff to show you. I don't want to freak you out too much, but we can show you Facebook ads, we can show you funnels, we can show you that. Okay? So let's start with this, just a little bit of an introduction. I have this vision of bridging the gap between spirituality and business. This is why it's called Soul Business Coaching. It's Soulful Selling. Especially in this day and age, everybody wants to sell you something, you can feel it, it's cringing, you cringe inside. I think there is a way to do business in a beautiful, human way. I think I heard Tony Robbins saying this many years ago, and it really inspired me. Business is a spiritual discipline. I was like, wow, this is very interesting. And then I added by myself, business is a journey that started with I, but it ends with all. It started with I, it's about me, my creativity, my gift, my passion, my needs. I want to do something for myself. But then when I start to grow, it starts to impact my employees, my clients, maybe my community. And I believe that entrepreneurs, we have the responsibility, almost the duty to make the world a better place. Who is going to do it? The government, the school? I don't think so. If you can change the world of business, if you can change the world of money, then you can really change the world, right? So my vision is to empower people to share their gifts. I believe that each and every one of us has a gift within us. Maybe it's a passion, maybe it's like a vision, maybe it's a mission, maybe it's a particular message that you and only you can bring. And how do you bring it to the world? So how many of you here are like a coach? Cool. Wow. Amazing. How many of you are like an holistic practitioner?
What do you mean?
Or like you do some sort of healing or, okay. How many of you have some sort of courses or you're an expert at something and you want to share that? Okay, cool. So when I started my journey, I also wanted to share something with the world, but I discovered it was falling on flat ears. I don't know if you have this experience. I was good at what I was doing, and there were many other people that weren't that good, but for some reason they were very successful and I wasn't. Do you also have this experience? Don't be shy. Okay, it's like those people out there. So this is why I started to get into marketing and sales. I started like 12 years ago. I've been doing this for a long time. I never planned to become a business coach. I never planned to teach sales, but I don't know if life works like this. And basically for the last 12 years, I've been helping coaches, expert, counselors, facilitator, and also recently bigger companies, like 7-8-figure companies, to share their courses with the world. Some of my other companies. So, done with the introduction. I just want to keep it very short, but that's what we do. So today, in this first work, we're going to do 2 workshops. Hopefully you can join both. So the first one, I want to give you the overview of how do you create coaching, consulting, course business, from A to Z. And there are many ways to be right. There are many ways to build your business and to, so to speak, go to the top of the mountain. But my quest was like, what is the easiest way? What is the most effective way? Because I don't want to dance on TikTok. I don't want to post 4 times a day on social media. I wanted just to find what is the most elegant, the minimum effort and maximum result way. And I believe I found it. And there are only 4 pieces to the puzzle. So, actually, let me see if I can show you something. Yeah, let's start with this. So, it's like a puzzle, okay? And imagine that you have 4-piece puzzle, but you need the right pieces. And if you don't have the right pieces and they don't match, then it's not going to work. Maybe some of you already have a good product, you have a good offer, but you don't have leads, or maybe you don't have sales, or maybe you don't have the strategy. And so you might be missing only one element and everything doesn't work. For example, a few years back, I had an amazing product, an amazing coaching program. I had leads coming through. I was doing Facebook ads, so we had leads coming through. But on cold traffic, meaning people that don't know me, don't like me, don't trust me yet, I didn't know how to sell. I didn't know how to sell when somebody doesn't know me and see me for the first time on an ad. And so I did like 30 of those one-on-one meetings with people, and then I realized, okay, why nobody's buying? Everybody said it's amazing, but why nobody's buying? And thanks God, I met my mentor, Michael Oliver, and then I learned from him, and I created a methodology called Soulful Selling, which you will hear about more later today. Okay, but this was just an example. I had all the other pieces of the puzzle, but I was missing the high-ticket sales part, and nothing was really working. Okay, so I want to start by the most common mistake that I think is the most dangerous thing that entrepreneurs do, and is not to have an omni-comprehensive strategy. So you need to have a strategy that encapsulates all the elements. Let me give you an example. How many of you like cooking? You can cook something, okay? And without dying. Okay? So imagine that you take a recipe for whatever, carbonara, okay? Easy recipe. But if you follow a recipe, and instead of following one recipe, you take like 3 different books, or you ask 3 different people, and you try to do all of that those people say at the same time, it's not going to come out that good. It's going to be very messy, okay? And this is what we do in business. I want to show you this. What people do, they try to take different pieces from different, they try to take like, okay, I'm going to follow this person for social media, this person for branding, I'm going to make a funnel with this person, I have this business coach, and I'm working with my Ikigai with that person. And they have all these pieces of the puzzle, but they don't match. And then, you were thinking that you're building like your Ferrari, and you have this amazing business that works with you, but no, you get with the Subaru Baraka, okay? So this is a mistake that most people make, okay? So first of all, it's very important to have an omni-comprehensive strategy. So this is if you have notes or if you want to remember, this is one of the S of a 4S model. The first S is strategy. Your strategy needs to encapsulate the most important element of your business, okay? So first S is strategy. Now, inside this strategy, you need 3 other S's. The first one, the second one, depends how you put it in order, but the first one we're going to talk today is your system, okay? What do I mean by your system? You need to create, whether it's a course or coaching program, but you need to create your own signature solution, your own branded solution that is associated with you and only you. I'll give you an example. How many of you here know Tony Robbins? Know Tony Robbins? What's the name of his most famous program?
Unleash the Power
Within. With Destiny, Unleash the Power Within, and his brand was like personal power, right? What about who of you knows Robert Kiyosaki?
Yeah.
Right? Robert Kiyosaki, tell me, have you ever heard of the quadrant of cash flow?
Yes.
Okay, so you see those people, what they do, they create models. Normally they're visual models. And those models become iconic. Okay, so what you should do is like creating a model which is your own personal model. You know, that is your proprietary model. So organizing your knowledge into a system, and we're gonna do it today. Okay? Let me just so you understand. This is a model. Okay, this is, for example, my ultimate master plan. Okay, this is a model. So it is about summarizing and structuring your knowledge into a model. We're going to do it together. Actually, we have an AI tool to do it. Let me draw because I didn't prepare with the slides. This is very important because your model, whatever it is, okay. This one doesn't work. This model is going to become the center of your business. And it's going to become the leading heart of your business because it's going to be your offer. Like, without a good offer, everything else that we're going to be talking about is not going to work. You know, you can have a good sales team, good everything else, but we need a good offer. So what are you selling? You need to talk about something here. It's called the scale of value. For thousands of years, we as human beings, we have been trading with barter, right? I give you some potatoes and you give me some fish. We traded something tangible. So nowadays, people are going to give you money and they put it on the plate of the scale. What are you going to give them back? Okay? So the first important thing we need to do here is to understand what is at the heart of your offer and what is the primary currency. It is like a currency. Okay? They're going to give you dollars or euros or whatever. What are you going to give them back? What is your currency? Okay? For example, let's just play with the people here. Some of you say you're a coach. What is your currency? What is the measurable unit of value that you give to people? You're giving them more what?
Measurable, you know, if it's soft coaching, yes, you cannot measure.
It can be a little difficult to measure. Give me an example.
Okay, my currency is bliss and ecstasy.
Bliss and ecstasy.
I teach tantra, so it's bliss and ecstasy.
Okay.
How can you measure it?
Well, you teach tantra. Can you tell us more about what you do?
Yeah, so I coach people to have more kind of, conscious way of relating and having it actually more bliss and ecstasy in their life.
Yeah. This is like more orgasms.
Energy orgasms.
Energy orgasms.
So start with.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound intangible. You know, it's like more intimacy could be your currency,
Yeah.
more connection with your partner, right? Better relationship, better
But
sex.
it's more about state. With orgasms, it's a little bit, tricky, especially in Dubai, so I'm not selling orgasms. It's more like the state, right? The state of calm, the state of bliss, the heightened state. So,
Okay, let me make an example that is very simple, okay? Using the fitness industry. Let's say you're a personal trainer. Your currencies, what you offer, could be many, and they are many for all of you. For example, you could offer, more energy, more muscle, less weight. In other words, all those things. But the question is like, what is the primary currency? Okay, what is the most important thing that people they feel as value that they would be able to trade for money? Yes.
Being healthy.
Yeah, but being healthy is so. You see, being healthy is so generic. What does it mean being healthy? It means something for you, or it means something else for something else.
Sorry for that.
It's okay. So basically, for example, in weight loss, do you want to pay $3,000 for the program that say be healthy, or for the program that say, lose 10 pounds in 90 days without dieting for women between 40s and 60? Right? So we need to become more specific. Okay? But
I have a question
Yeah.
about that. For example, it's like when you're starting, you don't feel like very comfortable to say that. I don't know if it's part of this moment of this question, like that. Like I can give you to grow your business and improve 20% of in your business and also in your life.
okay. So yeah, maybe you are starting and you don't know what you can promise.
Yes.
But when we create the offer, you go for perfection. Forget about what you can actually offer. Now when you create something, you need to figure out what is the best program I can build. okay? And you go for ideal scenario. Then you will actually think, okay, how can I make sure that I can promise that? Let's say you want to promise, in one of my, in Soulful Selling, we promise like to double or quadruple your sale, you know, in one of the, you saw also in the title. So the question is like, when you design the program, you go for the biggest promise that you can, and then later you figure out how am I actually going to do it. But aim for perfection, and then you're going to try to figure out how later, okay? So this was just a little, let's see where the workshop goes. But the most important thing is that your program, okay, needs to have a main currency, a main thing that you help people solve, something that is perceived as tangible. If it's too woo-woo and it's too abstract, it's become way more difficult. Just take a seat, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we take a mat?
Yeah, sure. Take a man, sit around, okay? Now, your program, there is a model that I will show you, we're going to do it with AI. Normally, 3 is a very good number, so if you're building a high-ticket coaching course or program, it would make sense to divide it in like 3 areas, 3 pillars, and 3 sub-steps. Oh, here's 12. Sorry, 3 sub-steps. But it doesn't matter. But let's say that I am helping, and you will see all of my models. Later we're going to be talking about sales. Okay, this is the Soulful Selling Codex 9. And this one is, again, is a model in 9 steps. Okay? Why? Because, okay, I take my knowledge and I structure it in 3 phases and 3 sub-steps. Okay? Now, does it need to be 9, can be 12, can be 7? Yes, it can be whatever you want. It's just that it's a good framework normally. For some people it could be a flower, you know, but the idea is that you need to create a visual model. If you look on this is why I was mentioning Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins and maybe Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, those are all visual models. You know, they create visual models. And I will show you how your visual model becomes everything, okay? So, step 1 is creating a system that is a visual system that has one main strong currency, strong outcome that people can really resonate with. That they feel happy to say, okay, I'll give you $10,000 because I understand what this is going to do for me. Okay? And you aim for perfection. For example, find your soulmate. Can you promise it? I don't know, maybe not really, but you aim for perfection. You aim for the best case scenario, and then you build the program so that you you help the people as much as you can. Now, why this is so important? One moment. Because once you have this system, this becomes the heart of everything else. Because now you're going to say, okay, Franz, I'm going to need a Facebook ad. What am I going to put in my Facebook ad? Guess what? Your system. You say, I need to write down some content for YouTube. What am I going to talk about? My system. I need to create an email. What am I talking about? My system. And you can take each of those steps of your system and you can divide it even more. For example, let's say you had 9 steps. I could make 3 videos about a particular step. Okay? So let's say I'm a dating coach and I don't know, maybe one area is about myself, my mindset in dating. Okay? So one area is mindset. And maybe there are 3 elements, I don't know, self-love, self-esteem, and I don't know, style, okay? So I could take each of those elements and divide them and create a piece of content for each of those things, okay? You wanna make a reel, again, you're gonna talk about your system. And you never need to talk about what do you eat for breakfast or do all these stupid reels that people do. Just keep it focused on your thing, okay? Have you ever wondered, like, what am I gonna write about? I need to make an email, what am I going to write about? I need to make a reel, what am I going to talk about? Okay? When you have a system, your whole business will be around this. I want to show it to you. How many of you here do meta ads or have ever done ads? Yeah. Have you done ads? Or somebody did them for you? So this is one of my systems, okay? let's see, I want to show you how it is composed. You can apply it to your own industry. Don't worry, I can give you the slides if you want, but feel free to take photos. Okay, so first of all, few elements. Again, it's a visual model, so you should have a visual model. How many of you here don't have a visual model? Don't have a visual model. How many of you have a visual model? Do you have a visual model? You know, your I-Ticket course or coach or packet, do you have a visual representation of it? Not a text, a visual. Almost nobody. Okay, create a visual model. I cannot promise it, but it will give you 20 to 50% more conversion just with a visual model. Okay, because we want to see. You know, it gives me confidence. So create a visual model. Normally you can divide it in areas and sub-steps. Okay? For example, in my business, my areas like mindset, marketing, and market. Then there is a title with a main currency. The currency for this particular program is create and sell I-Ticket courses and coaching 90 days. So that's the currency. Yes, Mika?
When you were talking about the offer, saying you were aiming for the perfect thing, are you not scared that you're going to overpromise and underdeliver rather than giving a little bit of a lower standard and then over-delivering on that promise?
Yeah, so this is something that I do because sometimes people come and they want to create the course, you know, or their offer. And they start by aiming low, by thinking what they can deliver. Let's say, for example, I'll give you my example in business. I was like, okay, how can I make sure that I can deliver my results, okay? And for example, I realized people need to do Facebook ads, but I need to teach them how to do Facebook ads. And then by brainstorming, I realized, okay, I'm not going to teach them, I'm going to find an expert that does Facebook ads, and I'm going to, when they buy my coaching program, they are going to work with this expert, so they don't need to do it. So aiming for that perfection forces you to think like, okay, how can I make it happen? Does it make sense? So it's like, it forces you to think like, okay, and in business it's maybe a little bit easier because sometimes we can do some offer like, you know, do this or get your money back. How can I make sure to do it? Well, then it is up to my creativity to make it happen. To say, okay, can I create a mastermind? Can I work with somebody else? Can I make a partnership? How can I add value? And sometimes if people aim just for what they can offer, they don't think about, okay, how can I make it better?
And are you then also trying to over-deliver on that perfection?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about this. You're talking more about sales, okay? But now I'm talking just about how to create a product, okay? And how to create this, like, see, this is gonna be your brand. Personal Power from Tony Robbins has been their brand for so many years. So if you can create your singular solution, that solution can become a famous thing. It can become a thing by itself. So if you can craft it, try to craft it for longevity, for how can you make it amazing? Okay, and then if you realize, okay, I cannot promise this, but you try, then okay, you go leave it down. I would say try to aim for the best product that you can offer. Now, I'm not going to go into copywriting and things. There are many elements, but it is like a big important currency. You know, if it's like Bliss, maybe the program is called Bliss School or whatever. Okay, or blissbabes.com. No, maybe don't Google it. Maybe it's going to be something. No, but maybe it's like, you know what? We can do later. I'll show you what we do with AI. But one of my first clients 7 years ago, she was a tantra teacher, and she was calling herself an holistic coach. And we did many things. We worked on mindset, we did some hypnotherapy, and she found that her currency was ecstasy. And she rebranded herself as the ecstasy dealer. And she created a program that was called the Ecstasy Vault. She doubled her income in 90 days, she doubled again the income in 90 days, and 7 years later she was a 7-figure business. Wow. Yeah.
But you know, like for example, in dating, right? Imagine if the program would be like, find your ideal partner or like find your healthy relationship within like 90 days. Or like money back guaranteed, but then there are obviously things that don't depend only on you because let's say coaching, like selling, let's say, courses, it's you teaching a person, so it's only this expert, so they take responsibility. And let's say in dating, because you teach maybe a person, but then they have to go do their work, and then there's like another person comes into all this equation. So how to manage all those movables that not only like depends on not only your
Yeah, so it depends, it depends on your niche, they need to do the work. But one good exercise they can do, that you can do, guys, is this. I cannot go too deep into all the elements. I want to give you the overview today. But what you can do, you can, for example, your niche is dating. Can you use it as an example? You're dating coach, okay? I'm going to use Tatiana as an example. So on one end, you write down plus, and on one end, you write down minus. If you help people, what can you help them with when they work with you, and what you can take away from them? For example, you can give them more self-love, maybe more confidence, maybe more matches on Tinder, maybe more dates, maybe more. Give me more example.
self-love, confidence,
More self-love.
inspiration.
So self-love, confidence. You can do. I would recommend you that you do this exercise of taking a piece of paper and find 20 or 30 and 30. These are secondary currencies, and then you're gonna highlight your primary currency. Okay. And then what are you gonna take away from them? For example, less anxiety, fear, insecurities,
Negative mindset.
negative mindset. Okay. So this is a very powerful exercise. Do it and try to find 30 and 30. And then you ask yourself, what of those currencies are the most tangible, the most powerful? What do you think the people would love to pay you for? Okay? You can go back here a little bit later. I just want to give you the full, before we look at the tree, I think it's better we look at the forest. So let's look at the big picture, and then you can go and ask me questions about all the details. Okay? So now, step one, build your visual model for your iTicket course program. Also, how many of you think about this? How many of you have an iTicket? By iTicket, I mean $3,000 up product or service. No? You already have an iTicket course or product. Something priced at $3,000 up. 2 people in the room. Okay. So, how many?
The hour or the product?
No, by product. By your coaching program that costs minimum $3,000. You have a coaching program. Perfect. Okay, but I see few of you, like 3 or 4 people. Now, how many of you think that you need to sell low ticket first, meaning I need to sell my book and then my course, and then maybe people will come up and do one-on-one coaching? How many of you think like this? Okay, so that doesn't work. I think it's a bad model. It's very old. I tried it when I was younger. So the idea is like that. This doesn't work. Oh, okay. Hope you guys can see it. The cameras will not go to see. But the idea is like, okay, I do free content. I sell something for 97, and then I sell something for 3K. Okay, and people think that I start here. I sell my low ticket things, and then people will come up. Possible, doable, but I will show you that it's not the most effective way, and normally it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work, especially with Facebook, the math doesn't add up, okay, when you're gonna spend money in ads, okay? So I will show you why it's way better to have an iTicket course or iTicket course or coaching program, okay? I think it's very important. If you don't have an iTicket course or coaching, you should have it. It's the thing that can really flip your business so easily, okay? So make me a promise in the next 30 days, each of you are gonna launch something plays at $3,000 up, okay? Why? Pareto principle. Remember this. I like this book from Dan Sullivan, a genius entrepreneur coach. 10x is easier than 2x, okay? It's easier to do something 10x bigger than just going small, okay? And that product can really transform your business. Now, maybe you're wondering why. imagine that you're building this product. If people pay more, they're going to be more committed. They're going to get better results. It's the best way for you to validate the effectiveness of your program. And maybe when you sell 20, 30, 40 of your high-ticket coaching programs, now you have proof of concept. You know that these things work. And now you can take this big product that you build, and you can maybe lowering the price and do like a group coaching, or you can lowering the price and put an online course. Okay, but the idea is like let's start from high ticket first. Let's start from one-to-one high ticket or one-to-many high ticket, and then let's work our way down. Also, many people start by creating all those little like lead magnet and book. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to make a course for $97. I'm going to make a course for $500. I'm going to make a ticket for $5,000. But if you start from the big course, let's say you say, okay, I'm going to make this coaching program is going to be $9K. Sell the course for $9K to one-on-one people, and then what you're going to do, you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take just pillar one and sell it for $3K. Or maybe I'm going to take just step one and sell it for $500. I'm going to take step 6 and make a masterclass of that. Understand? So I think if you start with a big idea in mind, then everything else, you can work the next 5, once you build your model, the next 10 years, you can honor that model and make books about it, and videos about it, and reels about it, and emails. You're never going to run out of like this. Any questions?
Whatever. Am I wrong with this?
No, people need to know you, like you, and trust you, and this is why we're gonna talk about how to do this. But the model that I showed you today, it works with cold traffic. Cold traffic meaning Facebook ads to people that don't know you, and now we're gonna sell to somebody who doesn't know us something at 5K or 10K. I tell you, it's possible and it's doable. I've done it for myself. We do it all the time for some of the companies that you know, like Marisa Peer, we sell at $10,000. We sell at $15,000. We sell for Soma Breath at $6,000. Even with, and you say she's famous, but some people have never heard of her. They just saw Facebook ads and they say become a hypnotherapist. Okay, so
He became famous by putting it across.
Yeah.
He took time to build the brand.
and I tell you even more. I think the answer to that, there are two things. There is the actual sales conversation, and we're going to talk about this in the second half of the workshop. If in that 1 hour conversation, you're able to show the person that you understand them and that you can help them, then they will be happy to pay you. Because maybe no one in their life ever listened to them and cared for them and is able to help them. And I know it might sound weird, but it happened to me all the time. Recently, it even happened to me. I've been closing like some $1,000 deals from people that I met in the park and in the swimming pool. I'm not kidding. Like people ask me, what do you do? I say, I do this. And they want to have a conversation, we have a conversation, and they buy. And they don't know me, they never check my Instagram, they never check my website, they don't know anything about me. It's just about the conversation. Okay? So if you can help people and if they can see the value, this is why you need to have a model and a currency, and later I will teach you to have a conversation with them, then no problem.
So you also show testimonials, so that for just like.
Yes, but I would, okay, the question you're asking is really about sales. So there are two things. Sales is what we do, to sell those one-on-one ticket. Normally, why $3,000? Less than $3,000, I think you can sell from a webinar, you can click a button, people pay. But $3,000 more, maybe you need some human interaction. So,
In fact, you said that if you fully trust yourself, then we fully trust you.
I think that they
You asked me if I
you
really trust
before.
myself? I said I couldn't understand.
Yeah, that if you trust yourself,
Yeah.
it's referring to the fact that sales is the transferring of emotion. So
Yeah.
if you're not sure about yourself. But I will show you even a new perspective. Like, forget about yourself. Just focus on the person. It doesn't matter. Just focus on the person. Okay. But of course, there is also a process. That is what I'm showing you now. that if people go to we need to turn strangers into friends, and this is what we're doing, this what I'm showing you today. And then later we're gonna do the sales conversation where you turn friends into clients. But there is a way to warm them up. It's like the I-ticket is a bit like, you know, like marriage or like a relationship. You don't meet somebody and say, oh, let's get married. You go on a date. So I will show you how to automate. It's kind of, it's not really a date, but it's a, okay, this is the third, I give you two aspects of the system, right? I give you strategy, I give you system, and thank you for the question, bringing us to the third one, is sequence. I'm not talking about email. We need to craft a sequence of meaningful conversation, meaningful interactions, so that people get to know us, like us, and trust us before they come having a call with us or a meeting with us. Okay, so we can give them some results in advance. I wanted to show you this. Okay, I created my model, and then I need to create a Facebook ad. Don't get scared if you never use Meta, but I just want to show you. This is a real ad. We spend about $3,000 here. Look, we paid about €3.50 per lead, so per person entering this funnel. I just want to show you that. Guess what's in the ad?
The visual model.
Yes, it's actually this one. And if I want to do more ads, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do an ad about each single step of the model. So I can have 10 ads. Because maybe some people care about mindset, some people care about sales, some people care about, you know. Okay, so the model is this, and I want to show these are real ads, okay? This is the text, by the way, blah, 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 okay? And then I need to create, yeah, it's pretty long. Then I'm gonna create like a, I also wanna show you, this is a landing page, right? This is the landing page of your website. Guess what's on the landing page? Okay, of course. Okay. And guess what if I send emails, what I talk about? The step of the model. So the model becomes pretty much everything. Okay? I wanted to show you another thing.
Francis, but if that is your recipe, like you are communicating your recipe and putting in front of everyone, is that take you or give you competitors or?
Yeah, people copy me all the time. It's gonna happen anyway. It's okay. It means you're doing good stuff.
Do you mind sharing what was your cost per acquisition on that campaign where you had the
It was €3.50 per lead.
the lead, like the people that actually bought?
Bought, I think, is about $250. It's very good. Yeah. It's gonna be nerdy for the guys, I think, to go into that.
Have you ever had someone like kicked out of Meta that, like, you know, how it has to send you a verification code to an email that you don't have anymore, to a phone number you don't have anymore?
Okay, little trick on what you do if you do meta ads. First of all, this is why what we do, what I came to do is like we do that for you. So we have an online community where you can learn some of the stuff, but I realized that why learning the stuff when somebody can do it for you.
Right.
So even myself, I understand the process. I do some of my own ads, but I have a guy who is certified by Facebook, who that's his job,
Yeah.
and he works with me, and he works with my clients, and he helps them out. You know, so one of the most important principles of entrepreneurship is like you just need
Outsource.
the 20% that you're good at and delegate all the rest as soon as you can. Okay. This is why I'm a little bit crazy, but I try to delegate everything as much as I can. You know?
So you have someone that helps you? Or you said you had like a trick if you get kicked out or something?
Yes. Many people, they run ads from their personal profile.
Yeah.
You always need to create a business account.
Yeah.
Yeah, because business account, if you get banned, you create a new account. I think
Okay.
that's what you're referring to.
Okay.
But if they ban your personal account, then you're, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. That's so cool.
Okay. So pay attention to this and design this, because this is the $10,000, no, $10,000 foot view of how things are gonna work. Okay, there is lead gen. So lead gen is lead generation. Okay, we are creating traffic. We need people to see us. We can do it in two ways. I tell you I think the best ways for most people are ads, meta. Because again, look at my Instagram, I have 6,000 subscribers. I don't do a lot of those things. I'm gonna start doing them maybe because now I can learn something new, but I don't want to be on social media. I don't like Instagram. It's like 60 seconds, I don't like it. So for me, it's like, if I can pay $3.50 or $10 or $20 or $50 to get the right people in front of my ads and know that I have a process that take those people, and some of those people, I can even give you the number, will buy at 5,000. Why do I need to dance on TikTok? You know, it's like, it's completely fine, okay? So ads, I highly recommend it. And then organic traffic. Organic traffic for our kind of coaching and consulting and products, I recommend YouTube, because people go on social media platform for entertainment and they scroll. And on Instagram, I don't think you can really give a lot of value, but on YouTube, you can build long-lasting relationship, and videos are like normally 10 minutes or could be hours, right? And LinkedIn. By the way, my LinkedIn sucks. In our community, this funny story. My first follower on LinkedIn was a beginner, but this is another story for another time. But my friend Camilla, she's going to be part of our community. She's creating a masterclass on LinkedIn. So later, if you want to join the community, she will actually teach how to leverage LinkedIn to find the right people. Okay? So, we're going to generate traffic. Okay? If you're lazy, if you want to go super easy, like I started, just start from the ads. Okay? And ads, but don't go and study ads. You know, like, understand a little bit and get somebody to do them for you, the right people. I will explain maybe a bit more later. Because one of the problems is that this is the problem. People go and they find a Facebook ad expert, and it's what I was talking before. Somebody's doing your ads, but they know nothing about your funnel. And they know nothing about your model, and they know nothing about your sales. This is the same problem we see with big companies. Marketing department doesn't talk to sales. You know, and things don't work. So you need to have a system and have someone to help you that understand how those things work together. Okay, now, let's say that we generated some leads. Maybe you already have leads, maybe you already have followers. You know, some of my clients, sometimes it's crazy. They have 500,000 followers, but they're not really making any money because they don't have this process. So now we need to build the relationship. Some people say that you can go from ad to a sales call, and maybe you saw the last, like book a call, get a free strategy session. I feel it's a little bit, it missed something. It's like from zero to marry me. It's too much. So we need to build a relationship, and we need to create a sequence of meaningful interactions, and what we call a funnel. I like to use, you can use like anything like ClickFunnels, or I like Builderall, or Go Level, it doesn't matter. But this funnel is simply a sequence of pages. I'm going to show you. It's the easiest funnel you can build. It's a 3-page funnel. I'm going to show you how it is. We're going to create trust. This could be a 5 to 10 minute video. Actually, in this video, I kind of give it's a short version of this workshop. I don't know if you see. This video basically say, hey, thank you for requesting the thing. It's coming to your email. While you wait, just watch this video because I'm going to tell you more about blah, blah, blah. So people watch the video, you teach them something, you give them some value. And now you say, hey, by the way, if you like it and you want to know more, why don't you book a session? And now you are a little bit qualifying people. You're not giving this session to everybody. You know, they need to watch the video first. At least before they give you money, let them give you a bit of your attention. Okay? So if they click, book a strategy session, they will go to a calendar page. You can use Calendly. By the way, in our program, we give you those funnels already done, already built. This is when you ask me why I aim for perfection, because I realized if I need to teach those things to people, it took me 12 years to learn them, and most people were never gonna take the time, and so I was like, okay, let's do it for Okay, there is a calendar, people book the call with you. I like to put a little extra, like qualification. Hey, make sure that you are committed, that you're coming to the appointment, don't waste my time. And then, can we try with, can you please, Tatiana, I don't want to put your email on screen. Anyway, I cannot show it to you now, but if people, there is another little secret.
That give you fake one.
No, it's not gonna work. So, and then, after they book, now I'm gonna give them homework. Okay? I'm gonna give them something to do before they come on the call. Okay? So this is the how you sell this ideal product. You send traffic with ads or with social media or whatever to your landing page. People watch your video. Most of these people are not gonna buy, are not gonna even watch the video. That's for them. It's okay. It's a numbers game. But some of them will watch. The one that likes you, your message resonates with them. Good. I want them to watch the video. Okay, book a call, and then I give them something to do because I want them to again invest their time. So here I give them some results in advance. I could say you can take a piece of your model and give them some sort of value. Say, hey, good job booking the call. Here's Tatiana, and one of the biggest issues my client have is with self-love. I recorded this 5-minute self-love exercise for you. Just take it, it's very important, so that before the call, this meditation will help you identify your 3 biggest blocks to your self-love. Whatever, I'm inventing some stuff. But the idea is give them value. And now suddenly, the lady that you were asking about results all the time, and I asked them, where do you find it? They watched the video, they did an exercise, and it's like, wow, this exercise really helped me out, and they come on a call.
What do you use, ClickFunnels or?
I like Renewal. I like Russell Brunson, but I don't like the ClickFunnels.
I use SketchUp.
Yeah, you can use many softwares.
Yeah, I have also like a brief, we call it brief video, right? To warm up people to tell what you're doing, and then here's my free session. So I have also
Yeah.
but I want to, I don't run ads because I'm not here about it, and I have problems with my, what is it, Facebook manager or something. Maybe if you could have look later, it really overwhelms me. I start with this.
Yeah, no, those things are a bit overwhelming, but after all, there is not many things to know. Like once you find you figure out your ads, you figure out your funnel, and you know how to sell, done.
There's an error, and I don't know what to do. So I can run because of something.
If you cannot run ads, I think I would also recommend to the lady, like you need to make sure that you're running ads from a business page, not from a profile.
Okay, too bad. You see.
Feel free to message us. I have a guy that is maybe can help you. Okay. Okay. So let's try to recap. How do you create and sell an high-ticket course or coaching program? First of all, you should really have an high-ticket course or coaching program, something placed at $3,000 or more. Okay. So if you don't have it, create it. Okay. Create it. Aim for perfection. Aim for something very valuable. Create a visual model. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start talking about this visual model in whatever channels you already use. You're going to create your own funnels, and in the next session, we'll show you how to actually have those conversations. Okay? By the way, you could take everything else away and just have the model and the conversation, and it still works because I tell you people buy from me at the swimming pool. But if you have the entire process, it would be even more better. And I don't go every day to the swimming pool. Okay, now I want to let's do this in 10 minutes. Now I did this for I don't know 8 years, 9 years, one-on-one with people, really helping them with their model. But now we have AI, and we have some great software. So I want to show you something. This is not ChatGPT. This is a proprietary software that we have. But Tatiana, do you have an etiquette coaching program?
Well, you know, when you're saying like coaching program, like let's say the price is like $1,000 per session. So it depends how many sessions people wanna buy. So does it make it high ticket or not?
Yes, but it would be better to bundle sessions together instead of just having like a one package. But now I'm asking for, I want to have a volunteer, somebody that have a little clear ideas, and we're gonna use AI, we're gonna build your business in 10 minutes, okay? Okay.
Right here.
And then, what is your industry, what is the niche?
Entrepreneurs want
Entrepreneurs.
to build their business with also AI and also manage stress, longevity, and like this holistic.
Okay, how do we call, do you have a name for this project?
My company is Kaizen and that's my methodology,
How is it
but I
called?
don't have a
Kaizen.
system yet.
Okay,
Kaizen.
okay, let's play like this, okay? Now you will show that most of the things that I taught you today, we're gonna do them with AI. If internet works.
This is your custom GPT or is that?
And this is way better than a custom GPT.
Both words.
What is the name?
Yeah.
Program?
And this is a white label software from a company called WorkWorks. My internet is not working, huh? Any of
Growth
you-
works. Growth works.
Maybe I will stop, maybe Ben, can we stop the live on YouTube? I will use the hotspot from my phone.